During World War II, the strategic importance of the Caribbean, including the island of Curaçao, came into sharp focus as the Allies grappled with securing supply lines and protecting vital resources essential for the war effort. As one of the theaters less discussed in conventional World War II narratives, the Caribbean held a crucial role, particularly due to its oil refineries and the threat posed by German submarines. The global conflict escalated after Nazi Germany's invasion of Poland in 1939, leading to the declaration of war by Britain and France. As the war expanded, the United States, though initially maintaining a stance of neutrality, began supporting the Allies through programs like Lend-Lease, reflecting President Franklin D. Roosevelt's intent to serve as the arsenal of democracy. The attack on Pearl Harbor by Japan on December 7, 1941, propelled the U.S. into active participation in the war, broadening the scope of conflict to multiple fronts. The Caribbean region, known for its picturesque islands and turquoise waters, was far from peaceful during these tumultuous times. The islands were strategically significant, primarily because of the oil refineries in Aruba and Curaçao, which were among the largest in the world at the time. These refineries were crucial for producing the fuel needed by the Allies, making them a target for Axis powers, particularly the Germans, who aimed to disrupt the Allied oil supply. Curaçao, a Dutch colony, became a focal point of this strategic interest. When the Netherlands was occupied by Germany in May 1940, the defense of its Caribbean colonies fell to the local governments with assistance from Allied nations. Recognizing the vulnerability of these oil-rich islands, the United States, under agreements with the Dutch government in exile, took active steps to protect them. This led to the establishment of U.S. Navy bases on the island, which served as critical points for anti-submarine operations and convoy protection. The U.S. Navy's presence in Curaçao was marked by the construction of bases, airfields, and other military installations. These were designed to enhance surveillance and protection of the surrounding maritime areas. The Navy also played a significant role in training local forces and improving defenses, preparing them for potential German attacks. The strategic positioning in Curaçao allowed the U.S. Navy to monitor and secure the shipping lanes that were vital for transporting oil to Allied nations. The Caribbean was rife with German U-boats that posed a constant threat to these critical supply lines. The Battle of the Caribbean, as it is sometimes called, saw numerous engagements, where Allied forces aimed to thwart the efforts of German submarines. The U.S. Navy, along with Allied naval forces, was instrumental in these efforts, deploying destroyers, patrol planes, and later escort carriers to safeguard convoys and hunt for enemy submarines. Throughout the war, the U.S. Navy's operations in Curaçao and the broader Caribbean were vital in maintaining the flow of oil, crucial for military use among the Allies. This not only helped keep the war machinery running, but also ensured that the Axis powers were kept at bay in the Atlantic and Caribbean theaters. In essence, the U.S. Navy's role in Curaçao during World War II was a critical element of a larger strategic picture, where control of resources and shipping routes dictated much of the military tactics employed by both the Allies and the Axis. The efforts in these waters underscored the global nature of the war and the interconnectedness of various theaters of conflict that together shaped the course of World War II.
that still remains the same through all this changing world. Changing world, this changing scene. Where is it taking?
Much obliged you hopped on board for this snazzy trip through American life in the 1940s and 1950s, all captured through nifty vintage photographs. If this flick's got your motor running, don't be a square. Click on that jolly bucket of bolts to subscribe to the channel for more top drawer content just like this.